Thank you everyone for being with us today. This Bridges Walk, our 14th to date, is obviously very different to last year's when we were joined by more than 1,500 people on an incredible sunny day, an amazing walk around London and an afternoon picnic with family and friends in the park. Each year, this day is the most important one in our calendar to bring together friends and family from all over the country to remember all the young people who have died so suddenly, so unexpectedly. There are so many different reasons why today is so important. Sometimes the Bridges Walk is the first time the family and friends have come together since the funeral. It might have been the first time you have met other Cry families. It might have been the first time you felt part of a community where everyone understands what you have been through. For some of you, this would have been the first time you joined the walk. Some of you will have come every year, either on your own or with a family and friends. Whilst we're so sorry we can't be together today physically, it is wonderful that so many of you are sharing with us what you have done and plan to do to mark this day, as well as the photos and all the messages you've chosen to share on our website. I would now like to pass over to Alison, Mary and Sanjay to say a few words.
We're absolutely devastated that today we can't be with you, that we can't be all together. We look forward to this day all year. We look back on how last year was, and we look forward to how we're going to make this year, and hopefully have more and more people that find it really helpful to be able to come to this walk, able to walk together, talk together, meet each other, find people that you have got everything that you can imagine in common with, having suffered the terrible tragedies that you all have. It is a beautiful event. It is organized in every way with everything you do in mind, so that we can make today something quite remarkable and something that you remember for the whole of the next year until, again, we will meet. This is a very extraordinary situation for everybody. We're also looking forward to next year when everything will be back to normal again. And it will be doubly important. It will be doubly exciting. It will be doubly useful for you, we hope, and rewarding for us to see you and see how many people come, see how many people tell us that they get so much out of the event. They didn't expect it to be so rewarding. Meeting each other, being able to just talk to anybody, because everybody understands everybody else's tragedy. Thank you for coming, and we really look forward to next year.
I am here to tell you how disappointed I am not to be doing the Bridges Walk with you this year due to the pandemic. Every year, I have so looked forward to going on the walk and meeting families and hearing about their incredible support for Cry. I love to hear about all the wonderful projects that you support, particularly the cardiac pathology unit at St. George's Hospital. I hope in the future that we will meet again at the Bridges Walk and again talk about all the exciting developments that there are going on at the moment with research into sudden cardiac death. Thank you very much for all your support.
Good day, everyone. It's very humbling for me today to speak to you during such unprecedented times resulting from the COVID-19 pandemic. Around a year ago, who would have ever thought that we would have to isolate from friends and family, work from home, become furloughed, lose financial income, and the ability to go out for a simple meal or a drink. Some of you have serious illnesses and have had to be extra cautious and stay at home for prolonged periods to stop yourselves from becoming infected. Such social isolation, the inability to give another person a hug, too much time to think of a loss can really take its toll on bereaved families, and my thoughts go out to all of you. As you are all aware, and I mention this time after time, I am full of admiration for our supporters. Many of you have suffered grief and catastrophes that I can't even imagine. But instead of curling up into a cocoon until your pain becomes bearable, you have metamorphosed into amazing units that have raised awareness and funds for this wonderful charitable organization. As with many organizations, the progress of our charity has been stalled due to the current pandemic, and there have been limited opportunities to raise awareness of young sudden cardiac death. Our screening programs and research has also been postponed until it is safe enough to have face-to-face meetings with our patients. The good news is that we appear to have seen off the worst of this, and with gradual relaxation of the current procedures, our lives should go back to normal. In the meantime, we're trying to improvise how we can raise awareness and funds. Last year, during the Bridges Walk, 1,600 of you participated and raised around £71,000. This year, you will walk in your gardens or in the local park, and I'm extremely sorry that neither I or any member of the CRY charity group will be able to join you, but I can promise you that you will be in our thoughts. Without your support, there is no chance that we could be a formidable charity. The money that you have raised has facilitated screening, research, and training of young doctors. Indeed, the money that you have raised have enabled us to screen 200,000 young individuals. I can tell you now that 1 in 300 of those individuals have a condition that could potentially kill them. And my calculations suggest that around 700 young people have been identified with a serious cardiac condition since this program began. We also know from our research that 60% of those people that are diagnosed receive some form of treatment in the form of medications, ablation, or a defibrillator, suggesting that screening really does alter outcomes. As far as research goes, we have identified novel diseases that can cause sudden death. We have worked at identifying more effective and cheap methods of diagnosing diseases and identifying those who are at high risk, and also devising algorithms that allow us to differentiate between changes that occur due to exercise in athletes compared with those that represent cardiac diseases. As I say again, without your support, none of this is possible, and I'm eternally grateful to you for everything that you do. Once again, I apologize for not being there today, but I wish you a wonderful day and look forward to seeing the lovely photos on the message board later on. Thank you very much for your support.
When I look back to January of this year, we had so much anticipation for what we expected to be achieving in 2020. We were well on track to say that CRY families had raised more than ever before, and we are ready to announce we would have screened more than 250,000 young people by the end of our 25th anniversary year. Of course, in March, whilst we managed to move all of our staff to remote working and continue with all our support services, almost all of our fundraising and screening events had to be put on pause. The CRY staff have been amazing in adapting to a new normal as we navigate through this crisis. And it's incredible how, even with everything that's been happening around us, you are still finding new ways to support us. Whilst this crisis is introducing new financial, physical, and emotional challenges for all of us, nothing CRY has ever done has been easy. You will know that more than anyone. It has always been a fight, and we know every step we take, every penny that's raised, every person we screen has been because a young person has died suddenly. Whilst we know that the next 12 months are going to be very tough, We also know that we're going to come out of this as strong as ever before. The strength of Cry has always been that you, the families, have decided to make a difference for others. Through raising awareness and funding screenings and research, you are saving young lives and you are stopping other families go through what you have been through. I would now like to introduce the 2-minute silence to reflect on why we are all here today. Thank you for being with us today, for everything you do for Cry, and for every photo and message you have shared. Thank you.